What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at something that I want to do that's slightly new. We have game review on the channel, and it's where I take a look at a load of different games, and we have done Fortnite before, but I want to start doing season review. So after the season has ended, after the entire season has done, I do want to go back, take a look at the best moments, see if it was a good season or not, and what if it was a bad season. If it's a memorable one, that I would remember for quite a while. And I want to do it at the end of the season, so then I have seen the entire season all the way through. And I want to do it at the end of the season, so then any sort of hype about that season is probably gone, and it is my honest opinion about the season. So today we're taking a look at the last season that has just been and gone, Chapter 5, Season 1, The Underground. I am also going to do OG, but I'm not going to do any before OG. I'll talk about that in the OG video, though. So the storyline is the main focus of Fortnite. Every season has its own story, and this one is a brand new chapter, so it's a brand new map, and it does involve the society taking Peely, kidnapping him to try and get information out of Jones. Jones then goes and rescues Peely with the help of Hope and the Underground, and taking down the society in the process. But Valeria leaves the society to pursue Pandora's box, which gets the attention of Zeus, and she opens Pandora's box. And that's where the season ends. So the story for this season is quite lackluster. There wasn't much going on. There was a lot of suspense and hype built around this missing Peely, with him getting a locker icon change, and with loads of loading screen teasers and challenge teasers, because every time you get a challenge, there is a little text above it, which is obviously a character talking to you to give you that challenge. So all this build up for Peely to get it revealed in a loading screen that we rescued him, I know that's Fortnite style. If they were going to reveal him in a cutscene or like an animation, they would have definitely done it in like the new season animation. They wouldn't have made a new specific one just for this. And it also feels kind of lazy because it's a pretty weak storyline having Peely go missing. I don't know, it just doesn't feel that interesting to me. But it does bring John Jones back into the eyes and back into the overall arching story, as he was a pretty big character throughout all of chapter 2, 3, 4, and now 5. So I expect to see big things from him, and I hope his story isn't over, because he is now working with Sloane, and she is still being teased around the island that she is still here. Right, moving on to collabs, because the story was very lackluster. So we have Peter Griffin and the big yellow chicken from Family Guy. So we have those two making their appearance on the island. Peter Griffin does take up a battle pass slot, and he is very buff. He doesn't have the chunkiness or the character build that the yellow chicken has, so that caused a lot of confusion, but oh well. It is Peter Griffin still in the game. He was teased all the way back in Chapter 2, Season 5, which is shocking that it took them this long to actually get him into the game. We also have a couple of other things that were teased back in Chapter 5, Season 5, no, Chapter 2, Season 5, sorry, that have progressed here today in this chapter. And we also had Solid Snake here, with his counterpart appearing in the item shop, and also the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which had their own mini-pass, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are some of my favorite characters in all of media, so I'm very happy that they're in Fortnite, and this actually made Christmas. Like, this whole thing was done over Christmas, which was incredible. And they had their own weapons in the game. I did a load of challenges based on the turtles. It was all very exciting, but they had the Christmas period over this one as well, which was very boring. We didn't get anything new for Christmas. We got 2 new skins, which would have the sweatiest skins in the game. And if you see them, they're 100% going to box you like a fish and dog on you. So that's atrocious. We also had a new Santa Island, and that was really it. We just had Santa's Island at the top of the map, and nothing else really changed for Christmas. And they abandoned us for like a whole month for Christmas, with no new content, and it was very boring, and it did get very stale. I know it's a new map, but I am not a fan of this map, because it is boring. There is nothing new about it. There is 3 big mansions, which are all pretty much identical on the map, and all the buildings feel the same. You can land at Pleasant Plaza, we can land at Snooty Steps, and the buildings will look exactly the same. There was only two standout places, and that was Fencing Fields and Reckless Railway, and both of those were absolutely heaving with people, and they were pretty shit in general. I never liked landing there. So it also felt quite boring this season. They did add like a couple of new weapons with like a revamp of the SCAR, revamp of the pistol, revamp of the pump, but they added the Frenzy Fire shotgun, which was an absolute menace and everybody hates. And it also added a ballistic shield, which was a riot shield, which everybody in Zero build absolutely hates, and the grapple blade, which I was never a fan of to begin with. So they are the new couple of weapons that were added, and I'm going to be honest, they weren't really that standout-ish. They were pretty basic, and I never really carried them in my loadout. My loadout always was pump, assault rifle, sniper, then two sets of heals. The reason I carried a sniper was because this was the season of snipers and everyone was everywhere and there were god shots on you. So I felt like I had to learn how to use a sniper for this one because every time I would play a game, Bird and Grandad would be sniping and I would be sat behind a rock. And I wasn't having that. I wanted some kills as well. So I got myself sniper trained and now I'm pretty good. I also decided to change my view on the pump and actually give it a chance and try it out, and now it's my new favorite shotgun. I now carry a pump, a SCAR, and a sniper, instead of the Frenzy Fire shotgun. However, there is some occasions that I wish I did pick up the Frenzy Fire as it would have helped me out in situations because I did whiff my shot, but even then, I still pick up the pump because I feel like it's better. So, none of the new weapons really affected me. We also got the cardboard boxes return and invisible EMP, neither of which I really cared for. They were just Snake's weapons. I saw them, I did the challenge with them, and then I never picked them up again. I just don't see them as useful. The turtle weapons were pretty cool, though. I liked the turtle weapons. They were interesting, and I was pretty disappointed you could only carry one. Like, you couldn't carry one of each. It was just one turtle weapon. There was a live event for this season as well, which was the hand coming out the ground. However, this was the most fucked up live event going. There was 4 times that this was like supposedly going to happen, and I was there all 4 times, and it didn't happen. And the Epic Games employees never put a timer above it, which they normally do with live events. So it was literally just having to wait every hour to wait for it. It feels very similar to the OG days where we had the Kevin the Cube appear with each hour a lightning strike would happen around the cactuses, and it felt very similar to that. And to be fair, I felt like we moved past all that and we should have had a timer so that everybody knew about it and could go and see it for themselves. There was no sort of exciting announcement or anything like that. It was just a pretty boring season, I'm going to be honest. The map was very boring and repetitive. The skins in the battle pass weren't that interesting either. I feel like Oscar was my favorite one and the rest were just okay. I liked... I can't even say I liked Peter Griffin, to be fair. I just wanted him for the meme, but Oscar was my favorite skin and the only one that I ever really use, so it's kind of a waste of a battle pass as well. It also was the season that we got Rocket League, Fortnite, Festival, and the Lego mode, but those 3 don't count. I've done a review on all 3 of those, so you can go check those out if you want to, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about specifically Season Underground. And I'm going to give it... I feel awful for doing this, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite season. I played it a lot more than a couple of the other seasons that were in Chapter 4, which was honestly one of my favorite chapters. But I played this one more. I don't know why. It just felt redundant and repetitive. I don't know. It just seemed very, very similar to stuff that we've had before. And the map isn't interesting, which was the big selling point of a new chapter. My 2 favorite places were at opposite sides of the map, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. If you do want me to do more season reviews, there'll be one tomorrow for Fortnite OG, which you can check out, which is a couple of months ago now. But other than that, there isn't really much else to talk about, so if you do want to help support me as a content creator, you can use code GoofyTigger03 in the item shop, all caps, no spaces. You can also use it in the Fall Guys item shop, and the Rocket League item shop, and the Epic Store. Hashtag ad, hashtag Epic supporter. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm done now. Bye bye.